welcome to another Sanctuary Sunday. Sanctuary, yes, the day where I try to cover something other than war games. And today we're off to the races. We're off to the auto races. I've done some content on horse racing, and in that, some of those videos I mentioned, I'll eventually get to racing games. I haven't done an exploration on racing games, but I am doing an unboxing on a racing game, and that is Rallyman GT from Holy Grail Games. Let's take a look at the back of the box here, and we see a racetrack or a hex modular track that you put together. So it's probably multiple types of tracks that you can put together over time. Let's look at the description here a little bit if I can get my readers on. Rallyman GT is a 1 to 6 player roll and move racing game designed by Jean-Christophe Bouvert. I apologize in advance. And illustrated by Léo Musi, a modern version of a classic game, Rallyman, complete with all new illustrations and fine-tuned rules. Rallyman GT will have you pushing your luck to be the first over the finish line. Roll your dice and race along the track as fast as you can, but beware to get too many of these symbols here, signs, and you'll spin out. Rallyman GT is addictively simple racing game with a lot of strategic depth. Plan your trajectory with care to tackle dangerous turns, cut off other drivers, and burn that rubber until your luck runs out. And one of the reasons I picked this up is, well, first of all, I have a weakness for racing games. Heck, I got a weakness for all games, but I do like racing games, and the thing I liked about this is that it's 1 to 6, so it up to 6 people, which is good. Solid racing games, usually the more the merrier, to add to that tension, and the fact that you can play it solo, the fact that it has 1 in there, that tells me that I'll be interested in this as well. A lot of times racing games, the solo mechanism is not as pronounced. It's more of a kind of playing two-handed or multi-handed or what have you. But there's there's a new one that came out I haven't got yet, but I've looked at it a little bit, that has a really good solo mechanism. But this one looked interesting as well. Rallyman GT. So it's a racing game, so that means you're going to be racing. You're going to be moving around a track, and as I said, it looks like a modular track. Sometimes other games might have preset tracks based on historic tracks or real life tracks that you move around. This one looks like you can build your own, which is interesting. And with most racing games, or almost all racing games, I should say, they're roll and move. You got to figure out a way to move around the track. This one uses dice. Some games use cards, but a lot of them use dice. Some of them use dice in interesting or unique ways. And this is one of them, one of the games that does that, because you're going to be rolling multiple dice and adding them up, but the types of dice you have are going to be different, and it stands for some acceleration and brake and stuff like that. But let's get inside this box and see what is all about. And if any of you have played the original Rallyman, or have played Rallyman GT, or any of the, I think there's at least Rallyman Dirt, I believe, is an offshoot of this with the same system. Love to know your thoughts on any of that stuff. So here is Rallyman. Let's see what we have in the box here. Ooh, the rules. Big old rule book. It's about the same size as the box itself. Let's pull out a little bit so you can see this rule book. How many pages we have here? We have unknown number of pages. No, we've got 28 pages, including the back gaming aid, and I do like it when they print on the back of the rule book, because it's not wasted space. Then you can flip this over to the side and use this as a player aid. And this has got order of play, speed, distance, position, plan your route, track effects, roll your dice, focus tokens, loss of control, damage tokens, pit stop, end of game, and advance roll. So you've got everything right there. That's kind of nice, or at least some of the key concepts right there. Let's look inside here. We got the credits. Here are your components. So we'll check this out as we're going through this. Got the damage token bag. We have the setup here, And you can see this is a big book, or it's the same size, square, same size as the box itself. Dual column, a lot of color, a lot of images. So it's not a dense rule book. That's nice. I always like that. Let's move this over so you can see a little bit better here. And here's a setup of the track and where you're going to put your components. This looks like it has 4 racers in this one. Then we have the game. Order of priority, speed, distance, position. Okay. So the fastest speed, if you're tied, then it'll be the furthest along. And then if they're tied, then it's position, meaning I think it's the one on the inside maybe. I'd have to look that up again. Here is the dice. So you have gear dice, and that's kind of interesting. One of my favorite racing games that I will do in an exploration is Formula Day, and it used dice as a gear. So the larger the dice, the higher the number of spaces you can move. But also, if you're at that high gear, it's harder to brake and go around corners and stuff like that. So that's a common concept in racing games, is cornering and braking and trying to control your speed or manage your speed, and as well as pass other cars. So here's your gears. Here's gear markers here. So imagine those would be counters. Braking, that's always a big deal in racing games. Rules of the road. Moving, corners, normal corners, dangerous corners. And there is that one of those symbols they were talking about there? Yeah, so I've got to find out what those hazards, the number inside a triangle with the exclamation point. What is that called? A hazard, or what is that called? I have to look that up. Here's sharp corners. There's overtaking someone. And you've got little notes in here that are kind of highlights of either optional rules or talking about a key rule point that's interesting or helpful, I usually find. Rolling dice and moving your car. Rolling dice 1 by 1. Going flat out. Using focus tokens. So there's these focus tokens are used in this. They're allowed. Focus tokens allow you to secure your dice. This means that you don't have to roll them and therefore can avoid any possible. Again, they use that symbol instead of the word. I guess that's hazard. I wonder if that's called out anywhere. What that is. Anyway, trust me, I'll find it at some point. Probably the minute I turn off the camera. Anyway, so let's keep going here. So you got damage tokens, gear damage, brake damage, and coast damage. Okay. And coast is a type of die. So you got gear, brake, and coast are different types of die. Coast, you're not going as fast, so you might want to have those to balance out if you have a high gear or something like that. Here's pit stops. Okay. End of turn, end of game, and then that's just the basic rules. So 20 pages of the basic rules, or a little bit under probably. Then you have advanced rules, not very many advanced rules, and then you have solo mode. So here's solo, which is, good. It's like 2-3 pages here, and then we have some pre-laid out tracks. I imagine you could probably make your own tracks. But here are some that are ready to play, as they say right here. So you got track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 tracks. So there you have it. So quite a bit of tracks to play with. So now we have, these are the punch boards. Some of this is already coming out here. Here are your cars. And there are some expansions into this that have different cars because the cars are unique in their capabilities. Good thickness to the cards here. So these are GT6s. Are all these GT6s? I thought there were some unique cards in here. Here's the, I don't know what this is. This is just a picture of the car itself for each of the different cars there. Okay. Oh, it's, I think you've got, yeah, so here's wet track, and here is a regular track or sunny track. So that's going to affect your tires. These all look the same here. I thought there were some different cars. Maybe you just get the different cars in different packs, maybe. Anyway, I have to look up on that. These are all looking kind of the same, just different colors. Anyway, so there's your cars for the track. There's got to be some difference in there. I'll find it. Here's your cars themselves. That's basically kind of your dashboard, I guess, and these are the actual cars. Little plastic guys there. Got a bag. I think this is the damage. Maybe that's just damage. Maybe that's what that is called. But there's your damage bag or damage token bag. Here's your unique dice. The black are gear. The white are coast, I believe. Yeah, they only have like one thing on them, and then the red are brake. So there you have the dice. Here's a bag of baggies. I know you were waiting on that. Oh, did some more of these pop out? Okay. Ooh, they pop out pretty easy. So here, let's look at one of these tracks here. Here's the track. So nice, thick boards for the track. And again, this is modular, so you can kind of put these together. This looks like a straightaway, but you can put these together. And there's at least 8 configurations I think I saw in there, but I imagine you can explore, and there might be stuff online too. Might want to be careful as I put these out, because I think they're going to pop out. They pop out very easily. And these are focus tokens, I believe, maybe, if I saw that correctly. And again, they're all double-sided. Don't know if that makes a difference between the side, other than just having, you know, a little bit different scenery on the side there. Oh, see, told you they're going to fall out. Oh, and popped out like that there. Look at that. They are just wanting to get onto the board, onto the table to start playing the game. Some more of the track here. There's some blank tokens here, or counters. They come out really easy. These are some of the turns. Sorry for the glare there. Even more. Quite a few of these pieces of track here. So not an overly complex game. I mean, this is the core to the game, is the dice and making your planning, and then the board is going to make is going to present your decisions that you have to make as you're racing. Well, the board and the other racers are going to present your decisions and trying to overtake them and the like. There you have it. And then we got a whole bunch of tokens in here. These are more markers. So you're going to be putting these, I think, on the map or on the board, the track itself, to mark, I guess, where you're at or where you left off and stuff like that. And there you have it. That's double-sided there too. So that is what you get in got a little bit of screen print in there. Cool. So that is what you get in a box of Rallyman GT. Again, if any of you have played this, please let me know what your thoughts are on it, and what do you like about it, or what you don't like about it, or compare it to other racing games, because as you compare it to other racing games, guess what? I'm going to steal your comments, and then I'm going to use that in my exploration of all the racing games that I have, or at least a selection of the racing games that I have. And I'll do that at some point, so that we can figure out what are the better racing games, or what are the differences between some of them. Anyway, that is Rallyman GT. Thank you so much for stopping by on Sanctuary Sunday, which Sunday is a good day for racing. A lot of times there's a lot of racing. There's Formula and NASCAR and other types of racing that happens on a lot of Sundays. Anyway, thanks all, and I hope you're having a good one. Take care. Thanks for watching.